What's up, Tex?
What's up, brother? How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, actually.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, man. Me too. So, hey, dude, I want to talk for a moment, man. We started a new show on the Bowl radio station, which just happens to be the #1 station in my market, and man, it's kicking
It's
ass, dude.
country
It's really
music,
good.
the bull.
It
Or is
is.
it bull like you, or is it like bull as in BS going on? Is it that kind of, or
No,
bowl? What's a bowl?
no, the Bowl.
Oh, the bowl. I thought it was a bowl.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kicking some ass, dude, and I'd really like for some of you guys to check it out if you can, man. All you got to do is go to www.jackandbowl.com and hit listen now from 4 to 6 on the weekdays, Central Time.
4 to 6.
I give away a bunch of stuff like my virginity and stuff like that. You know, you can't keep it forever, right?
Sure.
Silver, how are you doing tonight? Amy, Kevin, Brett, Steven, Blair. Yes, I've got my hat on, Blair. Cora, Veronica. Thank you all for joining in.
Silversmith. Veronica loves country. She loves the country.
So today we were right on. Cody, what's going on, my brother? Cody knows about our show on the Bowl. He's a local here. He listens. So today, normally in our show, we blast on different songs, kind of just pick them apart, make fun of them because the words don't make any sense. And today's was Elvira by the Oak Ridge Boys. How high did you have to be? How much stuff did you smoke to go into a studio and think singing Giddy Up, bop, mo, mo was proper? But here's the thing, man, is we love the song. We're hooked on it.
That's because the Giddy Up is a reference to it's to ride in.
Right, but what is it?
It keeps changing my name. I have to put my glasses on it. The voice, Drake.
Robbie, my hair rocks.
It's a reference to riding, man, and it's not riding horses.
Dude, you ain't got to tell me about horses. I'm in Texas, baby.
It's riding cowboys. Oh, save a tree.
Ooh,
I'm
not riding a cowboy. save a tree. What are you in Boulder, Colorado? What's up, bro?
No,
hey, Sarah, how you doing? Amy says she's dying. I just don't get it, man.
Steve Sadler, what's happening?
What's happening?
Sarah,
so if you guys can't tell, we're save a horse, ride a cowboy. That's right, baby.
Do you see Dario there? He's texted me already. He's waiting.
Nah, he's not there.
He'll be there. He's texted me. He's jumping in.
It's obvious when he's here because a third picture down below what everybody else is seeing comes up. Ride a turkey.
Ride a turkey. Save a horse.
Damn, dude. You know, we're brutal to turkeys. We kill them, we pluck them, we cook them, we eat them, and then we break their bones for good luck.
But they are pretty delicious.
They are. Save a wave, ride
Save a wave, ride a.
I love it. All right. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, Kimberly.
Patrick went to school with Papa Mo Mao.
Papa Mo Mo.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, Kimberly. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. That's this week. We're already on Thanksgiving. You believe that? Man.
It's crazy, dude.
Weren't we just on Thanksgiving?
You know what else is crazy? This.
Oh, hey.
What's happening, brother?
What's up, kids?
What's shaking?
Oh.
Sorry, I was a couple minutes behind.
That's like your hair wet or something. You get out of the shower?
I just got out of the shower. I was working on the house and I got out of the shower. So.
Jones says, yay.
That's the new house.
What was that?
That's your new house. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, no, this is still the RV. The house is over there.
Oh, okay. I was going to say it looks like the RV. But it's pretty similar, but
no, but it's getting really, really close. I replaced all the windows, and we're just putting a trim on the windows today. So
cool.
Yeah, it's going to look amazing when I'm done. So I'm excited.
So you moved that trailer to where we filmed that video at? Is that where that's at?
So the house is where the RV was.
Yep.
So I moved the RV. I moved the container that was next to the RV. I moved all that out of there, and then the house is sitting right there. And it's gonna be so
But then the
badass.
RV is
The
the
RV, like
RV where
when you're facing the lake, the
yeah.
RV is to the right,
Oh, it's down.
on a different pad,
Oh, okay.
but right next door to it.
So
But yeah, it's gonna be amazing when I'm done with it, dude. It's just a lot more work than I expected.
cool. Well,
Drake, if you don't know what's going on, Drake,
I
I
don't.
have
I don't.
okay, I have a big piece of land that I bought 5 years ago, and I've been working on it. And I rented out my house completely. I've been living here off grid for 2 years, which I
Okay.
love. I have no issues with it. I have I don't know 36 solar panels and
Wow.
all kinds of good stuff, and I fucking love it over here. So
it's
I
quiet
bet.
too. I mean,
it's
it's like
super quiet.
quiet. And you sit there and you're like, oh, the
Right.
remember when video that's was filmed in his property.
Oh, okay, right on, right on. So you got some lakefront property then.
Well, it's not quite lakefront. Vale Lake, even though I bordered the Lake District to the north, I'm sorry, the Vale Lake is south of me. I have lake view, but not lakefront. And
Well,
that is not my property. You know, the lake property is not mine.
Right.
but
But
you
at
go
least
right
a
up
lake
to the
view.
lake. Doesn't it go right up to the lake though? Your property goes right up to the lake edge.
To the Lake District, yes.
Oh, okay.
So
So
south of
basically,
me, the Lake District is huge, is all the way around the lake.
but
Nice,
it's
brother.
basically lakefront because there's nothing in front of between him and the
So
lake. It's just a little
far,
bit of a distance because you got what 87 acres.
87.
And
Yeah,
Kathleen's asking, it's in California. It's in California. It's
it's in
what's the name of the
California.
town again?
It's in Temecula. It's
Well, it's
just
not Temecula though. It's
it is. You
I
know
thought it was
that you know that joke. You know, your mom is so fat she has 2 zip codes. That's my property. I have 2 zip codes here.
I thought the town. I thought it was a different town. 'Cause that's
Half
what
of my property is in Temecula. Half is in Aguanga, which is South Hemet.
That's okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, the property. Yeah, I think where my house is, I think that's Temecula still because it kind of cuts right through it. So
Nice.
yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. I live on the lakefront too, man, and I
Do you?
wouldn't give it up for anything.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Heck yeah,
The
brother.
plan though, I changed my plans a little bit because I think I'm gonna move to Cancun instead. But I'm gonna finish
Oh,
this house and I'm gonna rent it out, and then I'm buying a property beachfront in Cancun because it's super cheap. Well, around Cancun, like Tulum or
right.
anywhere within that, dude, you can buy beachfront property there for literally in the ocean for like you walk from your property down the stairs into the ocean. So, and it's like
Really?
40 grand.
Seriously.
Yeah. So, and construction is super cheap. Um, the cost of living is super cheap. It's safe.
Right.
It's very safe down there in Tulum. There's lots of lots of immigrants, let's call it, from different countries. So there's lots of Americans, lots of Europeans. So
Right.
they kind of cater for that. So it's very safe down there. Even
Nice.
TJ, here's what I didn't know about TJ. TJ's one of the Tijuana, for people who don't know. It's just south of San Diego. And
Right.
everyone thinks it's considered one of the most dangerous places in the world because there's so many deaths. But all the death that happens is between whatchamacallit, drug dealers, the cartels. They fight amongst each other, so there's tons of death, but they don't kill anybody else. They just kill within themselves. Like the city is perfectly safe, and this all happens in the outskirts. So
I used to party in TJ a lot.
Yeah, I go there now every weekend because that's where my girlfriend lives. So I go there to visit her, and so I spend the weekend with her, and I come back, and I've never had an issue. I've been doing that for 4 months now. So
hell yeah, brother. Yeah, they don't want to kill off the tourist attraction, That's,
well, their clients.
Dollars.
Yeah.
Clients.
The clients
down there to score.
Yeah. So
yeah, we've got Del
connection is
Rio
really bad.
by us.
You
What's
what?
that?
our connection's really bad, or is it just me? It keeps like, buffering.
I think it's just on your end, my brother, because
Okay,
I'm not
good.
seeing anything on this end.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I can hear both of you guys fine.
Okay,
But
good.
I am on a cell phone connection, so there's that.
Okay.
Until Starlink is available here, that's my only option. I have two options. I have satellite, which sucks. The current satellite internet, it's very slow, huge latency, and only limited amount of data that they allow. Or I have cell phone towers, which is a lot better. I have a little modem that you just put the SIM card in, and it becomes a gateway for the rest of your devices. But it's still a cell phone tower. So
right.
But I get, I just tested. I get about 50 to 60 megabit download, which is not too bad. It's faster than whatever satellite I would get. Unless, and I already signed up for the Skylink, which is
Skylink.
Which is SpaceX. What was that?
Isn't that from Terminator? Skylink.
And that's Skynet. Close
Skynet. Yeah.
no, I think it's called Skylink, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the SpaceX Elon Musk thing.
Yeah.
I signed up for it. Like they said, it's going to be available this year. As soon as I got the email, I signed up. I paid my deposit, but still hasn't happened. I literally just got an email today saying that it probably be available next year. So until then, I have this crappy connection that I have to live with.
So Amy Turk wants to know, out of the park question, can you get pizza delivered where you're at? I
don't think so. Unless you pay some Uber guy a lot of money for them to come up here. I'm about 25 minutes to town, which is not too bad.
But there's a dirt road. That's what, 3 mile dirt road. Is that right? Is it 3 miles?
Yeah, 3 miles of dirt road. But
to your
you didn't see me driving it. I drive my Prius to that dirt road like it's a fucking rally car. Dude, I fly through that. My neighbors complain. It's like, fuck off. It's a dirt road. Get away.
Shit, I'm in West Central Texas. Everything's a dirt road, brother.
Oh, yeah. Well, my problem here is only when it rains. But luckily it doesn't rain that often. But I have a portion of my my easement that is pure clay. And I have like 4 tractors. I started with 1, now I have 4. 2 of them don't run. Actually, 3 of them are not running. One of them, and the other one needs tires switched. I have 2. Like I have a motor grader and a front loader, and then I have a bulldozer and another motor grader. I bought that other motor grader just for parts because you can't. I have a super old motor grader. And the parts are really hard to find. And the other guy's engine was bad, so I bought it for like $1,500 for parts. Just the tires alone are worth more than that. So
yeah, absolutely.
So and the bulldozer was my main machine that I used to cut all my roads, all my pads, everything. But the chassis cracked, so the frame cracked, and the motor kind of fucking pulled off the air intake, so it was sucking air in without being filtered, and it fucked the engine up. And my mechanic said, you know what, you can't replace the engine, but the frame's still going to be cracked. It's going to happen again. So now that one is very similar to my front loader, so I just use that as parts for my front loader.
Right. Dean Fitzpatrick just said it sounds like you're about to write a country song with all that.
I need my girlfriend to break up with me, and then somebody to kick my dog.
Yeah, and then just get drunk and it all works out, brother.
Get drunk, a pickup truck, and there you go. Song written.
The song's done.
And as far as Karen's question, my guess is that O is next to the P, so Dario hit the P instead of the O.
Oh, did you spell Dario's name wrong as a funny? No, I didn't spell Dario's
I did.
name.
Apparently I did.
Yeah.
Here, I can fix it for you if you'd like, brother.
I got it.
All right.
I guess I can fix it. Bam.
Nah, because it's generally every week I change Robbie's name to something.
Yeah,
and mine as well.
Yeah, that's not me, so people know he's always putting stuff up. He's trying to clown on me.
I didn't call you Karen this week, so you know.
I didn't call you Nancy this week either, so I guess we're good.
Right on. So let's take it back, brother. You're born over in Rio de Janeiro, correct?
Well, Rio is a city and a state. So I was born in like New York. I was born in the state of Rio, but not in the city of Rio. I was born across the bay in a city called Niterói. So born and raised, and I lived there till I was 19.
19 years old. So 14 years old, you get inspired by Kiss to pick up a bass. Is that?
Oh, dude, that was amazing when Kiss came and played Rio. That was, I think that was their last show with full makeup.
Really?
And it was massive. It was in the Maracanã Stadium. I was too young to go. I think they played there I was still like 13 maybe. But I remember me and my cousins dressing up and putting makeup on and rocking out in the backyard with, brooms and shit. And
right.
One of my cousins would like be the pyrotechnic guy, so he had like fucking shit that he would light up and shit would explode. Just a bunch of dumb kids jumping around like fools.
Blowing shit up in the backyard dressed like Kiss.
Yeah, well we're jamming, he'd be like fucking lighting shit up.
So Robbie, wasn't Kiss your first concert, dude?
It was my first concert.
I actually did not go to that concert. I had to watch it on TV.
All right.
But then and then Rock in Rio happened, and that was Whitesnake, AC/DC, all those bands, and that like fucking that's it. I had to do this. So, but yeah, Kiss was my first inspiration. My first album I've ever bought was Animalize.
Really?
And you know what's funny? I bought 2 albums on the same day. I went to buy Animalize and I ended up buying Unleashed in the East. And I'm sorry, I fucking hated that album. I could not fucking stand it. Wow. The Green Manalishi. I was like, what the fuck is this? What is a Green Manalishi? I still don't know what it is.
Well, you'd have to ask
your old boss.
What's that?
I have to ask your old boss what the fuck that means.
No, because he didn't write that. That was a Fleetwood Mac song.
It was?
Yes.
That was a remake?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Like somebody actually did that first on purpose?
So somebody re-recorded that on purpose. That's funny.
Yeah, they re-recorded it. It rocked, man. Come on.
No, I didn't, no, Rob is a fucking amazing singer, but I was into, pop metal. I was into Whitesnake and production and Bon Jovi and, and their shit was like way too raw and I just didn't catch me, but I still have it. I think I still have that.
You wouldn't think of Halford doing a cover of a fucking Mac song.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. And it's like you got to listen to the other version. You'll go, oh wow, that's.
I have to now. As soon as I end this, I'm gonna go look for it because. That is weird as fuck.
Yeah,
that is weird as fuck. So we're getting a lot of people. Christina, I'm sorry you love the song. Yeah, I hope we didn't ruin it for you there.
Yeah.
Chad says Joan Baez.
I got to play it.
Yeah, Diamonds and Rust is that album too. I just like I said. I have nothing against Judas Priest. It's just it was not my fucking thing back then. Right. A lot of things were not my thing, like I hated a lot of other music. I only wanted to listen to this. It was very narrow. I like this and fuck everything else sucks.
Right. I hear you, brother.
But then, as I got older, I started listening to playing. I started listening to jazz and other shit and try to appreciate. And nowadays I fucking listen to anything. Almost anything. Like I still draw a line and I can't stand music that doesn't have hooks. Like I don't care what it is. If you don't have a hook, I don't give a shit. Like Tool. What the fuck? That's just a fucking long ass song with no fucking hook ever. I don't get it. It's not for me.
It's just a repetitive sentence.
It's amazing music, fucking great musicians. It tells me nothing. I fucking listen, it just goes right over my head. It's like, fuck this thing. But then again, you have Dream Theater, which is amazing musicianship and great hooks. So it is possible to do both. They just don't. So I choose not to listen to them because of that.
We're cutting some throats on here, man. Cutting some throats.
What What was that?
What'd you say, Robbie?
Oh, what did I say? I don't know.
No. Did you say I need to do more drugs?
No, I didn't say that.
Needs more drugs.
No,
I don't think they.
I was saying they're huge. I go, that band is huge. Tool. I mean,
yeah,
I know.
So many people.
I mean, there's. If you want me to go to the list of everything that I hate, I can fucking help you out because I fucking can't stand Nirvana. What else?
No, I'm with you.
Oh my god.
You know, Britney Spears is huge too, but doesn't mean she's fucking talented, Robbie.
Who is that?
I like
Britney Spears is huge, but it doesn't mean she's taunted.
I would rather listen to Britney Spears than Unleashed in the East, though.
The Smackdown.
I like the Priest. I like JP.
I like some of their songs they have, but not in that album.
I hate Nirvana also, Christina. They killed rock and roll. Sorry.
Fucking Nirvana sucks. I fucking hate them so much. They're like, turn the fucking channel if they play something. Fuck that. I switch. Also, rap. I can't fucking understand something is that popular for this long. Something that is so repetitive and so, in my opinion, you guys can hate me if you want. I don't give a shit. But it is so fucking repetitive. It's the same fucking shit over and over. You listen to a song, like even the same artist. I can tell it's the same artist just because they fucking wrote the same exact song. Like it's the fucking same song you just did a second ago. I mean, they're going to say, well, AC/DC is the same shit. Well, AC/DC fucking has different fucking songs throughout their career. Sure, some of their songs, but they have so many songs, it's impossible for them not to sound, similar from song to song. But rap to me is just the same shit over and over. And I don't care if somebody likes it. Just the closest thing that I can get to rap would be like Linkin Park or Rage Against the Machine. If somebody asks, do you like rap? It's like, well, I like Linkin Park. I like Rage. If it's like, for example, Cupid is Dead from Extreme. He throws in a rap in there. It's a fucking little piece. He never fucking repeats it again. It's just a cool little, but the same goes for all the fucking Cookie Monster shit. I can't stand that either. That's not singing. That's just fucking growling. And it's just, if you pick a part and put it every once in a while in a song, I get it. But the whole fucking song, and like, for example, Sepultura, they're from my country. I can't fucking stand it. I will not listen to Sepultura because you will get on my nerves. And they're amazing musicians. I'm sure they're amazing guys. And I know there's a market for it, just not me. I'm not it.
Right. So Amy wants to know if you like Candlebox.
I don't have any albums, but I don't hate them like I fucking hate Nirvana or any of that shit. So I wouldn't change the channel.
Right. Can't stand rap, reggae, or country. Damn, Karen, you got to go to the country.
You don't like Salt and Pepper? Come on, Salt and Pepper's here.
Salt and Pepper is it rap? I thought that was
Salt and Pepper, Push It, or Shoop, or they got a lot of good songs actually.
I like those songs. Yeah,
it's pretty hot.
I like the 80s and early 90s rap. I don't like today's rap. I'll put it that way. Like the whole Nicki Minaj thing, I can't freaking get into it. Or fucking Cardi B.
Cardi B.
I honestly, I don't know anything about him. I don't even know what I know what WAP stands for, but I never even heard the song.
Right. And you don't want to, dude. You're not missing anything, brother.
I don't care. But there's a guy that wrote a song. He's an actor and he wrote a song, and I enjoyed that because raps, there's parts that they're actually singing and shit. What was that song?
Right.
I mean, the video was amazing. I fucking love the video that he did. This Is America, I think it's called. Remember that? I forgot who did that. It was
America.
He was an artist. I mean, he's an actor. I forget.
I know who you're talking about too.
Yeah, that was a powerful video, man. Fuck. It starts with him shooting a guy. That was fucking crazy.
Oh yeah. Shar says, "What about Insane Clown Posse?"
I don't even know. I couldn't tell you a song by them if I needed to save my life.
Let's meet contestant number 1.
Yeah, put a gun in my head. You have to tell me a song by Insane.
There are something.
Disturbed has some of that Cookie Monster. I think Disturbed's badass. So
I love Disturbed.
The version of Sound of Silence. Oh my
Oh,
God.
but he's singing there. He's not fucking growling. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Like,
actually singing. He's
Oh,
actually.
you're talking about the
Yeah. Right.
Yes,
I can't get into that shit.
I can't deal with that. Like, what the fuck is this? And it's like the song is like, it's like,
yeah.
I know it's complicated. I'm not saying it's easy, but that doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Like,
I should do one of those to get my dog to bark.
They won't know the difference.
I turn it down a little bit so it just sounds tough and low.
There you go. Throw the bass behind it. Neil Diamond. Amy's
put
coming out with some
auto-tune
Neil
on him.
Diamond. I don't think you can auto-tune enough to give those people some talent, brother.
Yeah, well, you can auto-tune your dog and make it sound just like them.
Right? Exactly. Exactly. So at 17 years old, you started wanting to move to the United States. Is that correct? And you made it happen when you were 19?
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine, guitar player, that he used to come here all the time. And he was telling me about, you know, how crazy he was, that everybody listened to the kind of music that I like. In Brazil, nobody gave a shit. Like, I was like the only person in my group of friends that liked it, you know, and then I got one of my friends to like it too, but everybody else was listening to fucking, you know, Brazilian music or pop music and shit. So, and there was nothing, you know, like no radio stations, there were no internet back then, of course, but there was no, like, there was like one TV show that would play sometimes one metal song a night. And I would watch that whole fucking shit just to see that one video. And it would be like fucking Twisted Sisters. Like, oh my God, that's amazing. I'll go buy the album. or Autograph, turn up the radio. It's like, oh, this is great. I'm going to go buy the album. And I have all these albums because of that.
Hell
so,
yeah.
But the fuck was I talking about? I haven't even smoked pot yet, so there's that.
Wanting to get to the United States when you were
so my
19.
friend was telling me that everyone here likes that kind of music, and it's so easy to fucking, you know, get and play a show and all that. It's like, oh man, that sounds great. I should go there. It's like, yeah, you should. And so I got all fucking psyched to come here, and I had no idea what to do, where to go. I didn't have anything ready for it. And I accidentally, I had a girl that used to manage one of my metal bands in Brazil. I mean, she was a manager, whatever that meant.
Right.
And she just disappeared. I heard from the grapevine that she had moved to the States. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And then one day, accidentally, I ran into her on a public bus. I was just fucking going home, and she was there. I was like, oh, hey, you know, how you been? And she's like, oh, Dario. So we started talking, and I told her, you know, I heard you're living in the States. I said, yeah, well, could you give me some tips? You know, just I would like to move there, and I wanted to, you know, get some information. It's like, sure. So come later and meet me at this bar, and we'll go talk, and I'll explain it all to you. So I met her that night, and we talked all night. She explained everything to me, and I was like, oh man, this is great information. I had no idea I needed any of this. And she's like, if you want, I can help you start. You can come with me, and I can help you out. I was like, really? It's like, yeah, but I'm leaving in a week. Wow. So damn. I had no passport, no visa, no money. I had to sell everything I had. I sold my instrument. I had one bass. I sold my bass, my amp, all my records that I could sell. I sold everything that I could, and was able to in 1 week I was able to get a passport. Went to the embassy, was able to get a visa, got my ticket, and here I am in 1 week.
Hell yeah. So you were saying that you didn't even speak the language when you moved here, right?
No, very little. I even though in Brazil, they teach you English in school as a second language, but it's horrible. It's like nobody knows how to speak English because of that. They might know because of other things. Like, for example, on top of the English that I learned in school, I went to school separately for English. But it's still, even with the separate classes that I had, it was still not good because the English that they taught was not spoken English. It was stupid. Like they teach you how to write before they teach you how to speak. It's just a horrible way of teaching language. And the pronunciations were wrong. The like even the words and not the words, but the sentences that they use, everything was fucking off. So I came here. I understood a little bit of English, so I'm not going to say that I couldn't, but I couldn't understand anybody. It was very hard for me to fucking be able to communicate right away. But I promised myself I was going to learn and speak it as well as I could. So I would tell all my friends, and I remember I was at Robbie's house one time, and Jessica, his wife, came to me and said, "Hey, my pool guy is Brazilian and I can't understand a word he's saying.
Yeah.
Could you go ask him to blah blah blah, whatever the fuck she asked me? Could you go ask him to do blah blah blah?" I said, "Sure." And I went there and I said, "Hey," in Portuguese, I told him, "Hey, she wants you to do blah blah blah." I say, "Oh yeah, how come? Why didn't she come and tell me that?" She's like, "Well, honestly, she can't understand you." And he got all pissed off at me. He got all pissed. It's like, dude, fucking improve your shit. Like don't get mad at me. So a lot of these people, I know why they don't speak very good English. Not just Brazilian, but in general, most immigrants that come to the States that were not born here, right? Or didn't come here very young. They come with a family unit, or they go and stay with friends, or they go and live in Little Italy or Chinatown or whatever. So they are always like catered to within their language. Like you go to Koreatown, there are fucking Korea shops everywhere. They don't ever have to speak English. So you have people that live here for 30, 40 years and don't speak a fucking word of English. And that's okay for them. That's fine. That was not my goal. So when I got here, I told everyone that I speak to, till this day, I still do, if I say something wrong, feel free to correct me at any time. I would never take it as an offense. I would never be mad at you. Quite the opposite. I'd appreciate it, because if I'm saying it wrong, it means I don't know it.
Enunciation.
Yes. Whether it's enunciation, whether it is grammar, anything. If I'm using a word that is not used, please feel free to correct it. And they did. And I took that and I fucking improved my English over and over. Like I still try to improve it. For example, I told my girlfriend the other day that the word cock, and caulk were the same, sounds the same, and they actually don't. So I always thought they sounded the same, and then I heard the difference. No, it's cock and caulk.
Yeah,
right.
So okay, I never heard that before. So there you go.
And that's really important to know when you're in Home Depot, brother.
Yeah,
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Tell me where I can find the caulk.
But if they bring me a cock, I'll be just as happy.
There you go. So how did you guys meet, man? How did this connection come about?
Oh man, that was a major person.
Yeah, was that the late 90s or early 2000s? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was early 2000s.
Early 2000s?
Yeah, not even that early 2000. I think it might have been like 4, 5.
Are you sure? I think it was earlier than that.
I don't know, because I thought I was already living in. It might even be more than that. I can't remember. Was I living in San Diego already or no? I can't remember. No, I don't think.
I'm not sure where you were living, but I know that RJ had seen you play with Neil Turbin, and he goes, "Oh man, you got to see this guy. He's like what do you say, a juggernaut with the bass." And he was just saying, "Yeah, you got to play with him. You got to play with him." It's like, okay, whatever. But what had happened was he put together his band, and we wanted to call it the Major Trauma Project because everybody was injured in the band. But he brought us all together, and that's where we met, and we rehearsed.
That happened right before I broke my face playing softball.
Yes.
So that was 2006 that I broke my face. So
okay.
So it was probably 2005 and 4.
Okay.
You broke your face playing softball?
I know, yeah, right. It's not as soft as it sounds.
That's pretty bad because his whole face was. You could tell.
Oh man, it was all kinds of fucked. I went playing softball. For starters, we don't play baseball or softball in Brazil, right? So I didn't grow up with it. I play soccer, volleyball, but softball and baseball were never sports that I grew up with. But I had a bunch of friends that were playing in a team. It's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll go hang out. How hard fucking can it be to fucking hit a ball? It's actually not, to me at least. I can hit the fucking ball, no problem. And I can run to a base, so it's no big deal. But catching, that was a little more complicated because like you catch like a regular catch, we catch with a fucking, like if you throw a ball at me, I'm gonna catch it like this, right? With your hand. And the fucking baseball, you catch it on the side, you catch it, you let it go through your hand into the glove.
Right.
And I didn't know that. I wasn't good at that. So I was playing like I don't even know the names, like center field maybe. Like I was in the back, and this big burly guy came to the fucking to the plate, fucking huge, right? And he fucking hits that ball, and he goes way the fuck over there and over my head, and out of the park, fucking So next time he comes to the plate, it's like, oh, it's that guy. I'm gonna go back here. So I was literally touching the fence. It's like I was all the way in the back touching the fence. That guy fucking came and hit the ball. He hit that ball so hard that I was able to run from the fence, and I kept looking, and this is at night. So I kept looking, and I fucking ran. I kept looking, and then I lost it in the lights in the last second, and he fucking hit me in the face. And he cracked, it hit me on this side right here, and he cracked my fucking cheekbone. He pushed his cheekbone into this cheekbone, and he broke this cheekbone. He broke my nose in a million places, and he broke my pellet. My pellet was broken off. So that sucked pretty good. But this is how far I ran. This is how high the ball went. I fell inside the diamond.
Wow.
I ran, and that ball was going straight up, and I ran. I'm pretty fast, but I felt pretty much inside the diamond when I got there. So
did they cart you away after that, or did you drive yourself? You must have.
I was ready to drive myself. First of all, they didn't think anything happened. They thought, oh, just go sit down for a bit. And it's like, no, you don't understand. I can't even close my mouth. And I was bleeding like profusely out of my face. Like my nose was broken in so many places. I had to have a second surgery a year later to re-break it and put it back in place. Oh. But it was I went to the first hospital. These friends of mine took me to the first hospital in whatchamacallit. And it was a nice hospital, the Presbyterian hospital, whatever, fucking really, really nice. And the guy said to me, you know what? Your face is so mangled that we don't have a specialist here for that. So they sent me home, and they told me to go to USC. So I went home, slept, and fucking with my face all mangled. The next day, I fucking went to the hospital and waited 10 motherfucking hours at the lobby before they finally fucking at the emergency room, until they finally saw me, and they x-rayed me. They did all this shit. It's like, yeah, we need to wait a few days for your swelling to go down. So 3 days later, I came back, and the doctor, she was really nice. She said, we have two options. We can cut you inside your lips right here and go in, pull your lips forward, and then go in through that to do all the whatever. Or we can cut you from ear to ear and pull your face down. I say, yeah, don't touch the hair. Don't.
Right.
We'll deal with the lip.
Yeah,
dude, that's traumatic.
Well,
it was,
the thing is,
chained up. You were,
what was that?
You were in like a catcher's mitt or a catcher's mask after that, because that was the same time as before that with RJ. And then we were playing, we had that gig coming up, and you were in that whole face thing.
Oh, dude, yeah, it sucked. And I had to get a trach, like, because they closed my nose up and they wired my mouth shut. And it was like a 7-hour surgery. It was fucking something ridiculous. And so, yeah, they had my mouth wired shut, and my nose was plugged. They insert the shit inside your nose to keep it from the collapsing. So I had nowhere to breathe from. So they fucking gave me a fucking trach. And I remember waking up, because they didn't tell me I was going to get a trach. And I remember waking up and not being able to breathe and fucking feeling desperate, like I'm suffocating.
Yeah.
And I called the nurse, and here I am. I had insurance and everything, and I had to stay in a room with 4 other guys. 2 of them were probably homeless, and the other two were handcuffed to the bed.
Oh, wonderful.
And we had like one TV on the floor that would go every room every day. Would go to a different room. So I had my laptop with me full of movies. So I just fucking sat there and watched movies all day. But when I woke up from the surgery, the nurse, I finally got a hold of a nurse and I couldn't talk. There's no way to talk. So she finally gave me something right. And I said, I can't breathe. I fucking can't breathe. She's like, just calm down, just relax. And I'm just like, I understand I have a trach. I already figured that out, but I cannot breathe through the trach. It's like, it's clogged. It's not, nothing's coming through. And she's like, oh, I don't know. So she finally got the doctor. And the doctor told her, oh, you have to clean this thing every once in a while because it fucking clogs up.
Oh my God, dude.
Here I'm fucking suffocating and nothing I could do. And the cleaning part sucked. She come in with a fucking big needle, like not a needle, but like a syringe, and she just pushes down your throat, and it fucking cleans it, but it makes you cough your lungs out, which is weird because then it fucking clogs everything back up. But that's the way they did it.
Holy
anyhow,
shit,
that the funny story about that, because it just happened yesterday. I think I got a message from somebody saying Whitesnake, got a new bass player.
Yeah.
So here's the story about that. So I get that surgery done. I go home. My mouth is still wired shut. And Whitesnake is looking for a bass player. I contact my friend Diana DeVille, which worked for Dio. She was a KNAC. What is that called again?
DJ? No.
DJ? Yeah, she was a DJ at KNAC.
Okay.
And so she was working for Dio at the time. She worked for Dio Management Company, and she was trying to get me in Dio. And I was working on this video. I was working on this promo pack and all this, and I was fucking just trying to finish it. And I didn't finish in time. Dio ended up hiring Rudy Sarzo. But then Whitesnake opened up, and I was like, and they were fucking auditioning. So she knew Doug, because Doug played in Dio. So as I told her, hey, what are the chances you could get Doug one of my packages? Like, yeah, just send it to me, and I'll send it to him directly with a stamp, Niji management stamp. So it's coming from our management company. And she will call him and let him know that she's sending something. So he got the package. He called her back, said, man, this guy is great. He's on top of my pile. Like, I already fucking auditioned him. I mean, I got a shitload of tapes. His shit is literally on top of everybody else. He can sing good. He fucking looks good. He can play good. So I'm like excited, but I have my mouth wired shut. I'm like, fuck, if these guys call me tomorrow, I'm not even going to be able to fucking audition because I can't even open my mouth. So I fucking took it upon myself to start removing my fucking wires myself. So I fucking start yanking that shit because I knew I had an injury before, that it takes a while for you to, after a trauma, it takes a while for you to be able to open your mouth because your jaw locks up.
Right.
So I start cutting the wires off my teeth so that I could open my mouth in case I get that call and I could get the audition. I mean, I could go to audition and sing. And I was super weak and I still had a fucking trach. So I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to sing anyway. Actually, you know what? I don't think I had the trach anymore. They might have already removed that. I think I had an open hole in my fucking, I had a fucking, literally like a fucking hole in my throat right here.
Oh my God, brother.
So I took all that off, getting ready. Like, they're going to call me. Fuck, I'm on top of the list. Like, they're definitely going to call me. I got this. I already know all Whitesnake songs. I didn't even have to learn anything.
Right.
Like, you can literally throw me in the show today and I could probably play the whole fucking show tonight without even fucking picking up the bass and learning anything. But 1 week after that, I was already, practicing anyway, singing and getting my voice back up and all that. And then I hear on a fucking magazine or whatever, fanzine, Whitesnake hires new bass player. I was like, what the fuck? And then I find out that she asked Doug what happened. She's like, well, tell Dario I'm sorry. I wasted all this time looking for people. And then fucking Coverdale met some dude in a bar, liked it, and hired him.
Damn, dude. You went through all that?
All that for nothing. Yeah, but Whatever.
Oh,
I'm okay though. Like my mouth didn't fall off or anything. So
So
right.
your first national gig was with Firehouse, is that right?
yeah, 2003, and I got that because
Robbie
of Robbie
Crane.
Crane.
Yeah.
Robbie, I did a tour opening up for Rat for about 3 weeks with a band called Amsterdam. I think they were assigned to Jrgw Records or some shit. Anyhow, I did a tour opening up for them, and Robbie was the coolest. And he would come out almost every night to watch me play, and he would sit right there watching me play, and he would tell me, "Dude, you're such a fucking great bass player. You should be playing in a better band." And it's like, well, hook a bitch up. What do you got?
Right.
So here's my number. Keep in touch with me. We get back to LA, and it's like, so I did. I would call him every once in a while, just shoot the shit. And then one day I get a call from him. Hey, dude, do you like LA Guns? And I was like, yeah, LA Guns is cool. Well, do you want to play with him? It's like, sure, that'd be great. So he literally, hold on, he fucking puts me on a 3-way call with her manager. It's like, dude, did you guys find a bass player yet? Yeah, we found the bass player last week. So I knew he was for real, though. He was not bullshit. He wasn't asking me for anything. He's just a general, like a nice guy, like a genuinely nice guy,
Right.
Like he had no reason to try to help me. I didn't do anything for him. He just liked the way I played, and he thought he could help me out. So I appreciate the fuck out of that, and I would be in touch with him. I mean, he's fucking hilarious. If you guys don't know him, Robbie Crane. One day I would call him every once. I haven't talked to him in a while. I should give him a call. But I would call him just for the fuck of it, and he would tell me stories. And he told me one of my favorite stories he told me was about when he was in Vince Neil's band. And what's the guitar player that was in Vince Neil? I think is back with Billy Idol now.
Oh,
Steve Stevens.
Steve Stevens.
Yep.
Steve Stevens. I think they were hanging out in fucking Lake Havasu or something. And they're all, at the beach, and Steve Stevens comes later, and he walks out on a fucking Speedo. Dude, everybody stopped everything to look at him. And Vince was there. It's like, dude, you're not hanging out with us with a banana hammock. he made him go to town to buy shorts. And Robbie was telling me that, dude, I was crying laughing at that shit. But anyhow, a few months later, Robbie calls me again, and he's like, hey, man, what are you doing? He's like, I don't know, I'm jacking off. What are you doing? Oh, well, fucking, are you playing with anybody? It's like, nobody, important or anything. It's like, well, I got a band for you. He started like that. I got a band for you, man. It's like, they're really good. They work all the time. And oh, yeah, that's cool. Who are they? Well, they're very professional, and, they got good songs. Oh, yeah. Who are they? Like, he kept fucking not wanting to tell me the name. Like he thought I wouldn't like it. And he's like, oh, it's Firehouse. It's like, shit, really? I fucking love Firehouse. You do? Oh, that's great. Because they want somebody like that likes their shit and say, oh, dude, I have 2 of the records. I have a poster of them and shit. I love Firehouse. Oh, that's great. I'm gonna call, Bill Leverty, and I'll let him know. Yeah, dude, give him my website, whatever he wants. So a few hours later, Bill called me, and I talked to him for a good hour or so. We had a good vibe, and he looked at my pictures. He looked at my video that I think I had it on YouTube yet. I'm not sure. I can't remember if YouTube was there yet or not. Anyhow, I sent him everything I had, and then I hung up the phone with him. And as soon as I hung up the phone with him, I went and I fucking sat in my studio and I recorded all she wrote. I played all the parts and I sang all the parts. And I sent it to him within a few hours of hanging up with him. And he was like so impressed. He's like, dude, how the fuck did you do this so quick? And he forwarded to all the other guys in the band, and then we'll be in touch. And then they called me the next day. We had a conference call with the 4 of us. And we had a great talk, and but they didn't offer me the gig. I mean, even though we had a great vibe and we got along great, they said, okay, we're looking at a few other people. We'll let you know as soon as we decide. I said, that's great. And that was the longest fucking week of my life, I think. Right. Every day I was like, come on, call me. And then they finally called a week later, dude. And that was like, if somebody told me, listen, you're going to move to the States and you're going to fucking play in a bunch of shitty bands and fucking work a bunch of shitty jobs for 13 years. And then you're going to get in a fucking band. And that's worth something. I would have fucking said, fuck that. I'm going to stay in Brazil and be an engineer or something. Like 13 years. That was a long time fucking to get anywhere. You know?
Right.
And then that only lasted 10 months. I did record an album with them though.
So why did it only last 10 months?
Well, I happen to know for a fact now, it was a hunch of mine, but I have inside information now that first of all, they had slowed down. They didn't perform anymore. They were just hanging out. And you guys, Robbie knows how I am on stage. They let me be myself, and I was being myself. I was doing all my shit that I do on stage, and people liked it. But I noticed a few times that it was bothering them. They never said anything. But for example, we played the biggest show that I played with them was Rock Fest in Cadott, Wisconsin. It was like, it was Firehouse, Loverborn, Grand Funk Railroad, Sammy Hagar and Lynyrd Skynyrd. That was the whole show the night. So when we went on, there was 30,000 people. When Lynyrd Skynyrd went on, there was 60 already, right? So after we played that show, which I had a good time, it was a great stage. I did great. After that, the next day, there was a one-line review about the show. Firehouse was a good band. It was a good opening band. The bass player was a lot of fun to watch. That's it. That's all they said. Oh. So, and then I played another show in a small place, but we did meet and greets every night. And they were very good at that. They've like Firehouse, out of all the bands I've ever played, were meticulous about their meet and greet.
Absolutely.
They fucking did it every night, same way every night. Never forget, never late. They would fucking wait about 5-10 minutes, dry off, and then go do the meet and greet until the last person was done.
Right.
Or they got kicked out. Those are the options. But they will always do every night the meet and greet. So I was the first one always on the table. So this guy came in, and I don't know who the guy is, but he's just start fucking blowing me up. Like, oh, dude, you're amazing. You're the fucking best I've ever seen, and this and that and the other. And he's like, so besides you, who else is original in the band? And the other guys are all looking at this way. I'm like, yeah, these are the original guys. I'm not original at all. So like, I can tell their egos got hurt, right? And then out of nowhere, I was doing good. I mean, me and CJ were best friends at the time. We used to hang out, after shows. We used to talk. He would talk to me more than he talked to the other two guys combined. He even said, "Hey, we're sitting in Puerto Rico." He told me, "Sit on a beach in Puerto Rico." It's like if I ever do a solo career, I want you to be in my band. It's like, of course, dude. I'll play with you, whatever you want. So anyhow, I got fired, and I heard through very knowledgeable sources that are within the group that the reason I got fired is because I was stealing their show every night, and they hated it. So I'm not saying that as the reason. I'm saying that
egos are a bitch, dude.
But that's why after that, I tell everyone, listen, I have an active stage presence, but you're the boss. You get to pick my level. You can pick from 0 to 100. Whatever you want, you're paying my paycheck. You fucking decide. So 0, I'll fucking sit behind the curtain. 100, I'm myself. Just know this. If you have a Ferrari, you don't have to drive 200 miles an hour. But if you have a Volkswagen Bug, you're stuck at 65. That's the limit. So do as you wish. So everyone, like even Jack told me, yeah, no, dude, it's cool, dude. Just, slow down just a little bit. So with Jack, I was maybe on, I don't know, 65, 70% of myself until the last few shows. Then I didn't care anymore. Then I remember that, Robbie.
Oh yeah. In Fresno.
Yeah. The last few shows, I was like, fuck this. I'm just going to have my fun. Nobody's going to hold me back. Because what the fuck is he going to do? I already quit. He can't fire me. So.
Right. So you introduced Robbie to Jack, right?
Yeah, I brought Robbie in the band. He had a different guitar player that I think Matt brought. I can't remember who that guy was.
He was out of
But the guy was
Oklahoma or something. Yeah.
what?
He was out of Oklahoma or something.
Oh,
like
was it
that.
Oklahoma? Maybe I can't remember. I don't know who the fuck got the guy. He was
Yeah.
a nice guy, but he's an alcoholic. And Jack, Jack was an alcoholic trying to fucking quit. And that was not good to have that dude fucking egging on, and getting Jack drunk, or Jack seeing somebody drunk next to him was going to drink too. So
Yeah.
he ended up that didn't, and that dude was super obnoxious too. He was a nice guy. I liked hanging out with him, but so fucking loud and obnoxious. Like we're at the Rainbow taking pictures, and that guy was just so loud, everybody would be fucking listening to him in the whole fucking place. And I hate that, but he was a nice guy. So anyhow, we ended up not working. That didn't work out. And as soon as that didn't work out, I told Jack about Robbie. It's like, dude, I got a guitar player. He's amazing. He played with Halford. He played with Sherry Curry. He's fucking really good and very professional and super easygoing. Nice guy to work with. It's like, oh yeah, okay. And then I brought Robbie. I don't know, was he living at the boat already?
He was, because initially what happened was Jrgw brought us both to meet him in the desert. Remember that? For his solo project. And he was so fucked up when we were there. He was drinking so much. It was like, okay, it's just not going to happen. And you kept in touch with him all that time. So when you called me, it was 10 years ago, like right now almost. You called me and you were going, yeah, things are good. Jack's doing good. I've been keeping in touch with him. And he's living in Redondo Beach, and he had married Heather in the meantime.
Yeah.
And then I met you guys down at the boat, and I still remember because I walked in his boat, and he had the big screen, and he had Can of Whoop Ass on there. He was playing it. And I walk in, and he looks up at me, and he goes, I kind of remember you. And I went, okay. I was like, we hung out 2 different times. The time we went together, and then I went back by myself on a Saturday and hung out with him all day long. And it's
because I didn't remember meeting him with you.
Then nothing for all that time. And meanwhile, you guys were working with him, doing whatever.
Yeah, I didn't remember meeting him with you. I thought I met him before you, but
me, you, and Derek, because Derek came over here and he drove us out there.
I didn't remember that. Okay, I didn't remember that at all.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
no, I stayed in touch with Jack. We used to talk for hours. Like we used to have discussions about space and just weird fucking science shit. But yeah, now, I'm glad he's doing better, dude. Because when I met him, he was in fucking horrible shape.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Before that, you were playing with Stephen Pearcy. Talk a little bit about that. How that all came about.
Oh man, Pearcy. It happened through Eric Ferentino's. I got hooked up with Eric Ferentino's and because he lives in San Diego, and he had a band called the Anti-Division, I think it was called. Anti-Division, yeah, something like that. And it was kind of like an industrial metal, which I didn't mind. It was cool. So I played a couple shows with him, and I knew he was the guitar player for Pearcy, right? But I was playing with him just to play with him. And then the bass player for Pearcy also played with Wasp, and Wasp was too busy. I forgot his name. You remember his name? Yeah, I don't know either. Anyhow, that guy, was too busy to play with Pearcy. So Eric asked me, hey, would you like to play with Pearcy? I was like, dude, I would love to play with Pearcy because Rat is one of my favorite bands. I have pretty much all their records. I grew up listening to it. I have fucking posters on my wall of Rat when I grew up. And that to me was because Firehouse, I didn't get to know them until I moved here. Rat, I knew him since I was fucking 15.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was the first show I played with him. It was at the Whiskey, and it was surreal to me. It was surreal. No, Whiskey? No, the other one. What's the other one?
Roxy.
The Roxy. But it was surreal to me. Here I am at the Rainbow with fucking Pearcy and playing at the Roxy, next door. And then I just remember, like fucking watching him on videos when I was a little kid, 15. And then I went, here I am playing Back for More and fucking You're in Love and shit with the voice that, was in the record. It's like, that was pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved Rat.
Rat. But it was sweet, but also weird, man. He has a lot of, I don't know. I hate talking shit about people, but sometimes I just have to. Here's one thing that I can't stand. how people mistreat fucking their fans. So my last show with Pearcy, I was outside. It was here in the Ramona main stage in San Diego. I was outside, and there was a guy, and I was looking. I had some friends that were coming, and so I was outside, and some people recognized me. Oh, hey, there! It's like say hello. But I was just waiting for some friends. I want to make sure they got in, and this guy came and said, "Hey, Dario, nice to meet you." And he had a 10-year-old with him. So, oh man, my son is a huge fan, and his son had a shirt made, or he had a shirt made for his son with him. So it was a picture that he took with his son and Rat in the background on the live show, right? So he took and then he made a shirt off of it. And he's like, "Oh man, he's a huge fan. Do you think Steven would sign this shirt for him?" It's like, "Oh, I'm sure. Let me go ask him." Right. And I go backstage and I tell the story. So he got this 10-year-old. He's got a shirt, with you and DeMartini behind him on a live show, and he's asking if you would sign it. He say, "Yeah, $20." It's like,
wow,
the fuck?
What?
I was like, I'm not gonna go fucking tell the 10-year-old you're gonna charge him fucking $20. Go fuck yourself. So I never went back and said anything because I felt so bad.
That's
and then and on the same, there was a dude that I met on a different show that had a pristine poster from back in the day. The thing was fucking pristine. He saved that poster fucking for 30, 40 years. Right. And he fucking brought it on the stage, like with a fucking marker, like, hey, because he had showed it to me earlier. Like, oh man, I want fucking Pearcy to sign it and blah, blah, blah. It's like, great. So he brought it and put it on the stage and fucking a pen, like not a pen, a marker in front of the stage. Like, but please, please. You know what Steven did? Stepped on it and fucking ripped it on purpose.
Wow.
He like literally stepped on it and ripped. So come on. You can go fuck yourself with that shit.
That's some bitch ass shit.
Besides all that, after I told after Firehouse, I told everyone that hired me that story. Now the best thing is when I told Aldo that, because I'm playing with Aldo Nova now. When I told him that, I said the same thing. Listen, I don't want any trouble. You fucking get to pick. It's your show, whatever. And he said one of my favorite things. He said, "I'm not an insecure little bitch. I want a rock star in my band. I want you at 110% all the time." Okay. That to me was my favorite. And he stuck to that. I fucking recorded that video. He didn't stop me from anything. He loved everything I did. So it feels good to because you know what? It's not natural. Like, so you might say, "Oh, Britney Spears is natural on stage," or Michael Jackson was natural. None of that shit is natural. This takes a shitload of practice. And I used to practice not only playing, like when I was young, I used to practice. Because, okay, here's this. My first metal band, I wanted to be fucking Yngwie on bass. Right? I wanted to play as many notes as I could. And I didn't think of anything else. I just wanted to fucking all day. And then on my first band, my guitar player, which I have friends with until this day, his name is Jrgw. He told me after we played, he's like, "Dude, you can't just stand there." And I had never thought about it. I never even fucking crossed my mind that I never even looked at a video and thought, "Oh, when I play, I have to move." I never even considered that. Right. And I thought he's right. I can't just fucking sit here. I have to perform. This is a fucking show. It's not jazz. It's fucking rock and roll. So I have to do something.
Right.
So I went and I started like looking at videos and I like that move. I like this move. Or I like from different, even not rock and roll. I have a move from Janet Jackson that I stole. So I used to perform. I used to fucking practice for 2 hours every day. My fingerings, my technique. And then for 1 to 2 hours after that, I will literally dress up and play music loud as fuck in front of a fucking full-size mirror, and I would practice my stage presence. And then later, when I moved here, I remember seeing a video of Steve Vai. Maybe I can't remember which one it was, but he was doing this thing that I saw. It was a fucking tiny little clip, but he was fucking doing this thing with the guitar around his neck, like multiple times. Like he was doing that. It's like, what the fuck was that? I've never seen that before or since, to be fair. And I've never seen him do it anywhere else. So I think he just did that, but he wasn't in full control, and they just got like, he probably didn't catch it. He probably just did that, and they recorded and they threw it in the video. So I went home. It's like, I got to learn that. So I went home and I went in the backyard. I was living at a friend's house in Atlanta, and he had a big grass backyard. So I went in the backyard with my bass. It's like, okay, I got to try this. And I fucking grabbed the bass, like right here, and I pushed it, and it just flew all the way back, and it fucking hit the grass with the headstock. So I didn't know you needed fucking what are those called? The strap locks.
Strap locks, yeah.
Right.
So I didn't have strap locks. So I pulled my screw out, and I put a big old washer on top of it, and I held it down. And I kept doing it, and I started, like, I went and I was going to do it again, and I did it once, and it hit me in the back of the head. It's like, oh, motherfucker!
And the bass is fucking heavy too. The bass will knock you out.
So now I went back inside. I grabbed a helmet. So I'm in the backyard, and I had wrapped my bass in towels, right, so that I didn't get scratched up if I tossed it again. So I did it, again, and I did it a couple more times. And then I started noticing, like, blood started fucking coming down my neck, like through my shirts. Like, what the fuck? And my strap was cutting my neck every time he went by, and he fucking bled. So I was bleeding now. So I went back inside, and I put a fucking, a turtleneck. So here I am in the backyard. A fucking helmet, a turtleneck, a bass wrapped up in towels.
Dude, you're killing me.
And I practiced the fuck out of that shit until finally a screw pulled out. Just too much pressure. The school so I had to fucking buy screws that were like this long, shave the head down to fit through the washer. And then I finally got strap locks, so that was easier. But yeah, that was my night of learning how to fucking spin the bass. Yeah, I would fucking be in the backyard doing that shit for hours. And then I started fucking trying to do what he did. Okay, how did he do that? So I started seeing if I could do it twice, like a regular one that you push. First of all, I started doing all the regular ones. You do back and you do, front like this. Like you toss it backwards. I don't know if you guys can see me, but you got the one that you toss. Oh, the camera's that way. You toss it like this way, right? And then you catch it coming out this way. And you got the one that you would just push this way and it comes back this way. Right. Yep. Those are the normal ones. And then I started doing one around my neck. And with that one, I could do like a hula hoop, and I could make it go super fast. And I could do that fucking forever. I could do that as many times as I want, as long as I had a turtleneck, because I can do that fucking literally and walk around I can flip a bass, and I can do that on video to prove. I can flip a bass inside the elevator. I can do it with control that I don't hit anything. So,
wow.
So I started creating new tricks. Like, okay, what can I do? And I figure out how to do like the regular one that you push back. I can do that like 2 or 3 times without touching the bass. And I can do it like by pushing it. I can do it and then pushing it again and keep doing it as well. And I can do one and then throw the other one. Then I can throw it, like I can literally toss my bass forward like this, and it's just gonna go and come back around to me. Like I'm like a ninja with that.
And I remember you would do it on the end of Rock Me, and sometimes Jack would be standing up there, and it'd be a smaller stage, and I was sitting there. I would stand back and just like, oh God, don't hit him because you'll kill him. And then it was going on, and he'd just stand up there, just like didn't do anything, just stood there, and I'm like, and it's coming whizzing around. He's probably feeling the air.
I was very aware of where he was,
and I'm sitting there just because I'd always just sit there like, oh man, don't kill him.
Right. You got people saying
next week.
They literally pissed their pants during your story here, brother. They're laughing so hard. So, got a couple questions from the audience for you here, real quick. Joan Chapman says she's got 2 questions, 2-part. What is your most memorable performance on a stage?
Well, the most memorable performance I've ever done, that's unforgettable to me, would probably be that rock fest that I said earlier. Because that was the biggest crowd I've ever played, 30,000 people. And then I got to hang out backstage. You know, I got to, you know, here's the other funny thing about that. I was watching Sammy Hagar on stage watching, and he was playing guitar. This is 2003, I think. So he was playing a regular guitar that sounded like an acoustic guitar. I was like, how the fuck is he doing that? I guess he had a special pedal that made it sound like an acoustic guitar. I've never heard of it before. So there was a guy next to me that I thought it was his roadie. And I was like, hey man, what kind of pedal is that? You know, what is he using? How's he getting that sound? And he looked at me. He's like, I don't know. I'm Mike Reno. It was Mike Reno from Loverboy. I didn't fucking, and I apologize. I'm sorry. I wanted to see you guys, but we had to do the meet and greet, and the 30,000 people, that line never ended. I didn't see fucking Loverboy or Grand Funk Railroad because we were fucking signing autographs nonstop.
Right.
So anyhow, he wasn't mad at me. He laughed it off, and we ended up hanging out all night.
That's funny.
Second part of that question is do you like the band Kicks?
Kicks, yes. I played a show with them when I was with Steven at Pike's Peak, I think. And they were a really nice guy. I had a friend with me, and she was a big fan, and I took her to meet him, and they were very nice guys. I still have, I think, the bass player's phone number with me somewhere. Yeah, very good guys. Great band.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of people.
And that guy, I don't understand where he gets all that energy. That's amazing. At his age, that singer, his nonstop all night is like, oh man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody, Robbie is saying that Dario is definitely in the top 3 best guests we've had in the 60-some shows we've done.
You guys make me blush.
He's keeping it real, yo.
Well, you know, picturing you in the backyard with a helmet and a turtleneck and a towel wrapped guitar, I think was just too much for everybody.
Well, that's why with Jrgw you had those, the collars that you put up.
Yeah. Like now I have my trick now is I have to have, like, if I'm doing that, I have to have a collar and I have to pull it up and I have to bite. Which side is it? I have to bite the right side. So I grab the collar on this side and I bite it like this. Because otherwise, this collar on this side is going to flip and it's going to expose the skin. And every time that thing comes, it's like fucking rubbing, a fucking rope against your neck.
Well, I saw a video with Aldo. One of the things that you guys put out, I guess it was a clip, and you did that, but it wasn't around the neck though. It was.
I did different. Like the one I did there was I did a spin and a flip. So I would spin, flip, spin, flip, spin, flip, and then at the end I would flip a bunch and catch it. I think that's what I did.
I thought it was like a double, and then I can't remember exactly what I looked different. That I went, oh, it wasn't what I was expecting, because I was expecting more of the neck thing, but it was different. I went, oh, that's cool. It was different. It was like a 2 spins and a double, and then a holding it and spinning or something.
Yeah. So what I did, it was like I spinned, and then I stopped my spin. I let the bass go. The bass spins, and I grab the bass and I spin again, and then I let the bass go and it spins. That's what it was. And then at the end, I think I did a few flips. I can't remember how I ended.
Yeah, I think that's what it was at the end too. Yeah.
I can't remember how I ended it, but I did that over and over 13 times. Wow. And then by the end, my neck was rot. No matter what I did, my neck was fucked.
I'll bet, brother.
So when is there an album dropping?
Yeah.
Yes, he's releasing an album sometime next year. I'm not sure what the exact dates are. He posted it, I think. But I also am not sure of any of the dates, even if we have anything booked yet. So I can even tell you guys where we're playing, when we're playing. I know me and Jack Frost, which is his guitar player. Jack's play with Savatage, and he's got Brothers in Arms now, which has a bunch of fucking really awesome singers. The album did great. I don't know if you heard of it. It's the shit is very good. And I might go do some shows with him. It's St. John is singing, and Andrew Freeman. I think even Paul Shortino sang too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, we might do a few shows with that. He's probably here in the the West Coast. Hopefully, if you're available, I'd love for you to come out and jam with us.
Cool.
And besides that, I'm not even fucking recording anything of mine. I all the time that I have, I want to put into my house and finishing it, because that is my that's my current most important goal, is to finish that stupid house that I've been working on for months now. Because once that's done, that frees me up to do other shit. I can't finish that and go on the road at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
So once that's finished, I can free myself up. I can, start planning my next move to Cancun and stuff like that. But until this thing is done, I can't do anything. And if I had you on my phone instead of on the computer, I'd walk over there for you guys to see it. But it's too dark.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. So where was the video filmed at with Aldo? Where was that, in Canada?
That was in Montreal. Yeah. So we spent about a week there.
Cool.
And it was complicated, man. Fucking traveling was a pain in the ass. All the we had to get fucking COVID tests on the way there, and then COVID tests on the way back.
Yeah.
It was a fucking pain in the ass. Like, because any of that could have gone wrong. Any of us could have caught, and then the fucking video would have been fucked. He had no backup. It actually happened. The drummer didn't make it. So he was able to find a last minute drummer that filled in, and I think that guy's in the band now.
So, oh wow.
Yeah. But yeah, he did good. But we did 13 shots of each of we did 3 songs. He did one all by himself, and then we did the other 2 was a quick set change. We changed clothes. But it was the setup was very fucking cool. Like it was a big ass theater, like a 3,000 seater, with I think we had like 9 cameras or 7. No, I think it was 9 cameras. There was like 7 cameras. Some of them stationary, some of them on those floating devices, whatever the fuck. What the fuck are those called? Those things that make the camera not vibrate. I forgot what they're called.
Right. It's you can use it and it makes it steady.
I mean, but those are big ass cameras. Those are all 4K cameras. So the guy's like wearing a harness with that shit. And so there was about 4 or 5 cameramans. There was a fucking drone. There was a guy filming backstage. So that guy got so much footage. Like record that 13 times plus 3 of just the drummer, that's a ton of footage, plus times 2 for the other song, plus the other song that he recorded by himself. So that's a ton. We were there. That was the longest music day I've ever had, I think, because I got there at, I don't know, 9 or 10 in the morning, 9, I think. And then we didn't finish until like fucking midnight or 1. It was fucking super late. So
wow. Dave Wood, who's from Canada, says it's April 22 that the record's coming out. Okay. And also, Sick Mick is on here. He's asking when we're going to come by for some his organics.
Fuck Sick Mick. Woohoo!
Dario, if you're still in Fallbrook, hit me up. You're always welcome. And then he says, when are you guys coming back to the farm for some organics?
Oh man, he's got I had kumquat for the first time at his place. I didn't even know what the fuck it was. Kumquat. What the fuck is that?
It was a while ago.
He had all kinds of weird fruits over there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool place.
Hell yeah. Man, I dig Aldo. Always have. Been a fan of his.
Yeah, once the record comes out, we'll have to get him on here when he's ready. We'll get him on.
Yeah, I'll let him know whenever he's ready. He's busy up there with all kinds of other shit that he has to do, like his family and shit. But
you remind me of Andrew Freeman. Andrew Freeman would be great to have on too. I'm gonna have to hit him up.
You should have Jack, man. Jack's a fucking blast. Jack Frost.
Yeah, we should get him on too.
He's got so many stories, dude. He knows everyone. Fuck. And here's the reason. Here's the reason I'm in Aldo. Listen, I played one show with Jack. We played one fucking show together. That's the only time we ever played. And it was a show with Jrgw. We played Chicago and I think Melodic Rock Fest 5 or whatever the fuck that was. And we rehearsed. He was like a last minute addition. Jean decided to add another guitar player. And it's like, all right, okay, here it is. And Jack came in and he was on my side of the stage where we rehearsed, and I was showing him some of the stuff, and we were fucking hanging out. He ended up rooming with me. We were, staying in the same room, just like me and Robbie used to room together. So it was me and Jack for a week, and dude, we fucking became best friends. And he was like, dude, I've played with Rudy Sarzo. I played with whatever the guys from Symphony X is, the bass player. I play with a guy from, Sabotage. I play with a million bass player. You're the best bass player I've ever played with. And not because of one thing. Like, yeah, you got the chops. Maybe you don't have the chops that the guy from Symphony X does, but you got very good chops. But you can fucking sing your ass off. You look great. You're such a nice guy, and you're fucking amazing on stage. It's like you should have fucking been in Whitesnake and every band. Like, they should be begging for you to be with him. So,
Right.
he was so nice.
Whitesnake's going out for they're going out for their final tour next year. Who did they get for bass? Do you know?
I heard they got some girl that I don't know who she is.
Oh,
That's what I heard too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which the fucked up thing is I tried 3 times to get in Whitesnake, and it never worked out. They never even gave me a chance to come in. Even though, like, Doug, with the second time, Doug was still, maybe it was only 2 times. But the second time, Doug was still in the band, and I contacted him. Hey, dude, I'm still available. I'd love to fucking come out. Oh, I think they already have somebody in mind. It's like, just get me in the door. Whatever it is, I'll come in, drive all the way to fucking Tahoe right now if you want. They never called. And I did the same thing on that second one. I did the same thing that I did for Firehouse.
Yeah.
And I recorded one of their newer songs, which was Lay Down Your Love, so that they didn't think, oh, he recorded, maybe he got this from a fucking karaoke or whatever. No, I re-recorded Lay Down Your Love. I sang everything. I played everything, and I sent it to Doug. And Doug, that sounds amazing. I already sent it to DC, he said. I sent it to DC, and we'll be in touch. And of course, they were never in touch. So, but supposedly Coverdale told him, like, man, keep in touch with that guy.
Right. Tanya O'Callaghan is the new bass player for Whitesnake.
Yeah,
Who
I don't
is
know
it?
who that is.
Daniel?
Tanya,
Tanya.
maybe.
Tanya. Oh, okay.
Tanya.
Interesting.
Not you. That's all it is.
Yeah. All that matters. It's not as good because I'm not in it.
Apparently, she was from Adler's Appetite.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shoot.
So,
That's a big jump.
right? Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it is.
Well, good for her though. Good. For her.
Good for her. I wish everybody the best. Man,
I wish it was me though, but good for her.
Right?
Yeah.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you on tonight, my brother.
Well, thank you, Matt. It was finally nice to meet you.
You too, my friend. You too. I hope we can do this more often, actually.
Anytime you guys want. Next time I'll show you the house.
Hell yeah.
I'll do it on my phone.
Hell yeah.
See the property and stuff when the sun's going down. It's nice.
Yeah, well, right now it's going down too early though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You have to be like maybe in the spring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you guys have a drop, call me and I'll do the show.
Cool.
Right on, my brother. I appreciate you very much.
Hey, love you, Robbie.
Love you too. We'll talk soon.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
All right, brother. Thanks so much, bro.
Yeah.
Man, that was fun, dude. That was fun. That was actually really entertaining. And I love the fact that he was fucking real about shit and didn't hide and spoke his opinion and didn't do the whole, I might have to play with these guys again someday, so I'm not going to say what I feel. I like that he was just real about the shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering. I figured he might go there. There's probably other things we could have gone into with other bands. Not not JRGW kind of stuff, but I mean other bands, because once we reconnected, there was a little bit of a story with that, how I ended up getting JRGWs, because we reconnected after we had been apart I didn't talk to him for a few years. And then we reconnected, and that's real. I was thinking about that today, going, wow, that's the reason I ended up with Jack, is the fact that I reconnected and tried to bring him into another situation that didn't pan out for either of us. But it was a blessing.
Yeah. Well, we'll have him back on again, man. We'll have him back on again. I mean, we filled up an hour and a half real quick.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's so much shit that we could have talked about. So
yeah.
We'll have him back on, though. We've got a lot. In fact, you too, Sarah. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there who's part of the Hangout family. I hope you guys have a great week and have things, we all have many things to be thankful for. So, and you all are part of what we're thankful for. And we'll be talking about that. So we've got some great things coming up, Robbie.
Yeah.
In fact, I had a very long conversation with our friend Jody Best today, who's been talking with John Waite. As you know, we were going to have him on the show a while back. Sadly, he had audio difficulties, and he had video. He could hear us, but we could not hear him. We could not get it fixed in time for the show. He just got off the road, and we are looking at getting him back on and logged back in to do the show. For that night, I'll just give you a forewarning. It may be, it may not be. We may have to switch over to the Zoom platform just to make things comfortable for John and make that show go off. But that would be the only show we do that for. And I hate it because we lose this.
Yeah, hopefully, maybe you could talk to him ahead of time and walk him through it, because it's too easy.
Yeah, I think I will. And honestly, dude, I think what happened, brother, is the fact that his headphones just didn't have a fucking microphone.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So he could hear us, and the visual was good, but when he would speak, there's nothing picking up his voice.
Sure, that's probably exactly what it was.
So that's what I told her today. I said, shit, I'll be glad to buy him a set of iPods or whatever and send them out to him, or whatever we got to do to make that happen. So we all have Zoom. The only thing that sucks about Zoom, Kevin, is that I don't get to see your comments, and I don't get to post them in that way. So it's really kind of a shitty platform for us to use. I can see them, but I can't.
It's nice to be able to interact with everybody.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh,
Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Oh,
I can see them. I just cannot put them on the screen. So it's no interaction for you directly with the artist that's on the show. And I try to put these up here as much as possible and leave them up there if they're a good question, hoping the artist will see them. And a lot of times when we get to have a pre-show with the artist, we can tell them, hey, pay attention to what's going on the bottom, so that you can interact. And sometimes, like tonight, we don't get a whole lot of pre-show with somebody, and we're not able to pull that off. So,
yep.
Rather you suck out those pants with the head of your
What?
What?
Those pants with the.
All right. Well,
all right.
That.
There is that.
Speaking of drugs.
so next week we're going to have Brent Muscat on. It's going to be his makeup one, unless John Waite really wants that. We got to give John Waite, but we're going to Brent's next week, and then the following week we're going to have Eddie Spaghetti. Anybody who might know him from the Super Suckers, but he's from my hometown, so we kind of knew each other a little bit way back when. I haven't talked to him in many, many years, but I think a lot of Tucson people will really get a kick out of that. And then people who know him, of course, now will kind of get a little insight into his past and what he's doing now. And then also we are going to do another Christmas special, but this time with Jack Russell and Myron. And maybe we pull in, somebody else too that he'd worked with.
Yeah, I really want to do that. And then we've talked about some other people that we want to bring back in. At another time, maybe Luis Maldonado. Dear friend of ours, Luis. We got to, man, because he jumped ship from Train to go back to what he loved and his passion, and he joined Foreigner, and they're touring, dude. And I got to see him here recently up in Lubbock, and dude, I tell you what, you it's fucking Foreigner. You know what I mean? I don't care who's in the band, who's original, who's not original. That shit rocked, and it was true, and it was nice, and just made me feel 17 years old again, man. I mean, it was fantastic.
And then you look at the pictures, and you could tell he's really enjoying himself. The whole band seems to be.
Yeah, he got out from underneath of a negative situation and got into a positive situation with him just spiritually. So I think that really kickstarted the passion for him again. And we'll let him tell that story, you know?
Yeah.
In fact, I feel bad. I feel bad because I missed his call like fucking a week ago, dude, and I haven't called him back yet. Sorry, Luis.
Yeah, we will talk every once in a while. I try when he's on the road, I try and not bother him, you know. But he'll shoot me a call every here and there, and I'm like, you know, just see how it's going. And he seemed like he's doing quite well. Don Sweet,
Yes,
what does it say? Let's see. Foreigner was always a good. Yeah.
So I was talking earlier about my show on the
Kevin's
Bull
right.
that you can watch or you can listen to at jackandbull.com from 4 to 6 on the Bull. It's a great show. It's called Matt and Pat. This is Pat, who has to confirm and affirm that he is Pat at least 4 or 5 times per the show. I think it might be a little bit of an identity issue. I'm not real sure. But yes, I recognize that you're Pat, and welcome to the Hangout Live. Everybody knows Patrick. He's been on the show with us. Actually, he is the drummer from the State Line Band, voted and won Best New Band in Texas. So congratulations on that. Pat.
Cool.
You're still Pat. All right. It's Pat. You remember that? It's Pat from SNL?
I was thinking that while you were talking the whole time. I was going, Pat.
And when I say that, he's like, no, we're not doing that.
You got it.
I'm Pat. Love you, brother. All right. So everybody have a fantastic Thanksgiving. We love you. Stay safe. And Don Sweet says, when is the Tucson show?
December 18th, Rialto Theater.
Why haven't I gotten my invitation yet, dude?
I haven't got mine either.
Well, you're screwed then.
Yeah. No, December 18th. It's, you know, it's on. It's on.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
It is.
All right.
Yep.
That's good. Good. All right. Until next time, we love you. Stay safe. We'll see you then.